What's up, man? Damn, some people got in here fast. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Bro, this damn Diddy shit, bro. You type Diddy up there and these motherfuckers. Man, before I start, let's get one thing straight. Now, if y'all gonna watch this and I'm gonna do this, y'all gonna have to like this. Y'all gonna have to repost this. I need a couple of likes before I even get started, man. Cause I'm not just gonna sit up here for the hell of it. Y'all gotta start liking this, man. Repost. I need some. If not, man, I ain't finna play shit. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I done sat on her too many times and people don't like it. They just sitting there watching. I mean, that ain't gonna fly. You gonna watch it, you gonna like it, and you gonna repost it. So somebody better start reposting, liking it. Y'all better start doing something before I play anything. I'm sitting up here watching right now. So I just got on her. It's already 15 people in here. You cannot tell me one person cannot like this shit, bro. 16. I'm sitting up here looking at this shit. Like, this don't make no sense. I hate to be like that, but damn, y'all be killing me with that, man. I'm serious too. Y'all motherfuckers gotta start liking this shit. Y'all gotta start liking it, bro. I ain't just gonna be doing this just for the hell of it. I need some type of interaction, bro. Y'all gotta like it, repost, and something gotta happen. And something gonna have to happen before I do anything. Maybe you can go find it yourself. Go find it yourself. But don't be clicking on this shit. If you ain't gonna like it, if you ain't gonna repost nothing, then just move around. That's all I ask, man. I got time today. I got a lot of time. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna go first. I got another page. I'm gonna like it and I'm gonna repost it. Just like that. That wasn't hard. How many people up in here? I ain't even said there's 22 people up in here. 22. And I just got on her. Ain't been on her, what, 3 minutes? If somebody can like this damn post, bro, unless there's some bots or something. If there's some type of bots, I don't know how I could tell, but y'all gonna have to do better than that. 24. What's gonna happen? This is some crazy ish, dog. I be kind of wondering if there's some bots or something, bro. Cause this shit be crazy. I'm gonna find out. I know that. I know that. Look, I can find out right here. I tell you what. I know exactly what to do. Start hitting these IP addresses. Boom. There's a few of y'all that's bots. Because their IP addresses all over the place. Some of y'all might be using VPN, but there's some people up in here. I ain't gonna say no names. Y'all dealing with the wrong person playing with me. Go ahead and do my thing. I just get it where I get it. I get it off of YouTube. Once I load it up over there, it's over with. Why that same notification keep popping up? All right, man. The first one. This is Diddy predicts his arrest in the resurfaced 1999 interview. You know, they kind of being funny. He didn't actually predict his arrest. He was being funny, but, you know, just kind of foreshadowing things to come for the young man.
Parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but breaking down racial barriers, breaking down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on. You know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
He know how to throw a party, all right? Party where your ass be sleeping, that motherfucker. You wake up with your damn pants down. But now, first of all, though, I like to say, man, because I know we was in the space talking, but you can be a freak all you want. That's not a crime. You can have all the sex you want, all the orgies you want. That is not a crime. My issue with Diddy is the drugs being taken by people that, you know, they may not know about. The beatings of the women, forcing itself on different women. Um, there's still an element of coercion, but you know, some people they try to act like, oh well, you can't be coerced if if you go somewhere willingly. Well, yes, you can. It happens to people all the time, bro. I mean, y'all got to be real about that, man. You know, I get it, what you're trying to say, but at the same time, a lot of these people they didn't sign up for all the extra stuff that came along with it. And like we were saying in the space, also, if you willingly go somewhere with Diddy and have sex with him, but you know while you there, you taking some drinks or doing some other type of drugs, and you may feel a little tipsy or just some other. It feels you know worse than being on just alcohol. You know when the juice has been spiked or whatever, and you end up having sex with other people. That to me, that's a crime, bro. That's rape. If you ask me, like other people all of a sudden having sex with you, like, and they didn't get your permission, or maybe you was kind of knocked out and you didn't know about it. That is a crime to me. Some people say it's not, but I think it is. Oh no, what is this one? I got another Little clip I'm gonna drop on y'all too. This one is Bootleg Kev podcast. Y'all can follow him on YouTube at Bootleg Kev. It's about consequence on what he saw at Diddy parties. Now I haven't watched this video yet. You know, I kind of go through this stuff with everybody else. I may look at some of them, but not all of them, because I'm kind of going along with it and giving my takes and my observations on what I'm seeing as well. But like I say, man, having sex and having all these orgies and things like that, that's not a crime, bro. I'm not saying anything to that nature. I'm just showing you a lot of this stuff that shows his character, you know, like they saying that he's drugging people. All this stuff to me is just showing the type of person that he is behind the scenes. Now, you want to cut for him and give excuses for the man, go for it. I ain't doing it. We done heard about this stuff for years. So, hey, it is what it is.
I say, you know, hey, if they subpoena him, I mean, it is what it is at that point. You know, shouldn't have tried to set this motherfucker's car on fire.
Right,
you know
right.
I would say this, like, I think the whole Diddy situation is just interesting because I see people now. If you've been in hip hop and been semi-important, there's a chance you have a picture with Diddy.
100%.
There's a chance you've been to many of his parties. He had Grammy after parties. He had BT.
I'm gonna tell you something.
This isn't a crazy thing. It's not like everybody who ever met Diddy was hanging out with Baby Oil. Like then all the industry's canceled. I got a picture with Diddy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
A lot of the industry is about to get canceled.
Oh, I agree with you on. Listen, no.
Spoiler alert.
No,
in my Paul Heyman voice.
I shout out to Paul Heyman, the greatest manager of all time. I do agree that. Man, once we start getting names on who's in some of these videos, that's when things are going to get very interesting because, like you said, like there are, you know, I just think about like certain rappers who've gone viral for some of their interactions on video with Diddy, and I'm like, oh man, maybe there was some sort of freaking off.
Right, just like I've been showing y'all some of these other clips, you know, you watch them now and you get a different feel for them. You feel like, was something going on? Because, you know, you looking at the other person who's interacting with Diddy, you kind of like, they kind of got a look on their face like, I'm not really cool with this. I'm just going along with it because we on camera, but I'm really uncomfortable right now.
I don't know. But nonetheless, I say all that to say that, like, yo, we've all had pictures with Diddy. Like, Diddy was one of our idols growing up as an entrepreneur. So it's like, yeah, like, but that don't mean, now I'm saying everybody, but that don't mean that you were fucking, like, even if you went to the party. Like, one of my OGs was like, I'll go to Diddy party. I'll be out of that bitch by 1 a.m. because at 3, shit started to get weird.
There's announcements made.
There is? I've never been.
Look, I definitely been
like they'll announce like, hey guys.
Yo, it's 5.
And
hey.
Whatever goes down after this.
Fuck around, lay around.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe you might want to head to breakfast. Myself.
Went to breakfast.
Yeah, I grabbed a couple joints, slid up out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, but that was in a public joint, not at somebody. I've never been to nobody.
Right. I think it'll be interesting.
Shit like that.
I think that it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think, there's also a good chance he gets out of all this. We'll see. I don't know, but it's a RICO. So you would think if it's a federal RICO, usually they only push forward with a RICO if it's like, it feels like they could.
I'm going to just say this. Nobody saw what happened with Max B.
Right. Well, Max B, who's been...
Now, if y'all know Max B is... I think he's still in jail. He used to be with French Montana. I used to like Max B, man. My partner turned me on to Max B. I used to really like Max B, bro. I like his style. Did they say it was Jim Jones or somebody who stole Max B's style? I was one of them Dipset guys they said stole his style, but yeah.
Been in prison for what? 20 years almost?
Did you see something happen to somebody?
No.
All right.
What do you mean?
Did you see anything happen to anybody that got Max B put away as long as he been put away? This is just a common sense question.
I don't believe so. No.
Right.
Oh no. Everyone around Diddy snitching. Let's be clear.
You don't. Do you have to?
I'm saying because think about all his staff that are just trying to make it in the music industry that were complacent.
That's carrot dangling. That's one thing.
Is that the girl? Or no? What's the name of the girl? His assistant. They're trying to call the new like the Jesling Maxwell, his like official assistant, the white chick. I think everyone's snitching though.
How do you
Snitching.
get the charge of kidnapping? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you that question. How do you even get charged with kidnapping?
See, that's what I was saying too. A part of that whole deal about being drugged and you may not know what's going on. That can involve kidnapping. I personally think if, you take some drugs and you end up places you don't know, having sex with people you don't know, that's the issue within itself. I think a lot of these issues, some people kind of gloss over because they just want to keep harping on the fact and saying that a lot of these people went willingly. Yes, a lot of people went willingly to a lot of these parties and did a lot of these things willingly. But it was still a lot of other people who didn't. They went willingly, but they didn't want to partake in some of these acts willingly. You even heard one of the clips that I showed you where Dawn, she went to the party and she was ready to go immediately, but the bodyguard told her, you don't want to just leave right now. You want to take your time, and then we're going to get you out of here. So it's just stuff like that, bro.
I think that would have been the video we saw, right, with Cassie.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's on video. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man.
Ta-da.
It's gonna be fucking interesting.
I mean, you don't need to be David Blaine to see where this rabbit's coming from.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident in the last year? Yep, even if you weren't driving. Just click the link around this video to see how much.
Well, y'all got me effed up if you think I'm gonna be paying for some YouTube Premium. I'm not wasting my money. But what I got? Okay, now this one was a little clip I found also. It's like Diddy telling it's time for the kids to go home. So let's check this one out. Lord.
Kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. Then an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good. All right, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, now.
He's gonna be turning y'all ass up in an hour. He gonna be getting at you. He gonna be getting at you in an hour. So put them kids up. Put the babies to sleep. Cause I was finna say, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Uh-huh. I got this next one where it was talking about it's another Gene deal. He was talking about TD Jakes at these white parties, these Diddy parties, and I guess some of the things and issues he may have been involved in. Also, Lunel gonna speak on it too, because I know y'all remember a few months back, Lunel was even talking about some of this stuff.
Deal. Happy to have you back on the platform, man. It's been a while, man. I haven't had you on the platform in a long time, man.
Man, stop playing, man. I ain't never left, man. Shit. All I did was change clothes.
So I want to get right into it, man. How you feel about these rumors surrounding, Diddy and TD Jakes?
Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You have to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin.
I was always asking that same question too. What was he doing at these parties? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. What was TD Jakes doing at these parties? He's supposed to be a holy person, yet. And I'm not saying just because you're a preacher or, you go to church that you can't go have fun, you can't do things, but a Diddy party? When we all know what happens at Diddy parties, what is you doing at a Diddy party, sir?
drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he'd have to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he'd have to save some souls.
And once again, I'm not saying that TD Jakes did something illegal, but for him to be at these Diddy parties, it kind of shows his character as well.
I know he got a.
If you're not a drug dealer, why are you at a trap house? If you're not a smoker, why are you around smokers? If you're not a drug addict, why are you around drug addicts? If you're not helping them.
Got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making man, he making the Christians look real bad right about now.
And you've been to these parties, right?
Oh yeah, I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. So I know what goes on at the parties. If they probably got a little bit more freakier, as time went on, because they got to the point whereas that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, where people used to go to, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public, but now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other that's just crazy.
So why do you think he was going to these parties?
I think that he's going to the Diddy parties, bruh.
Just say it, Gene.
If
Just
he's
say
going,
it.
well, we know he's going to the Diddy parties, and I know that it's, I know what usually happens at the Diddy party, or what we told us happened at the Diddy parties. Maybe he need to see it for himself, man. Maybe he need to go there and really be involved in some things that could help save some individuals while they.
What he gonna do? Lay some hands on some folks? He gonna give some blessings? He gonna make them blessings rain down on somebody? What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do at this party? Y'all let me know in the comments. What is he gonna do at this party? What can TD Jakes do at a Diddy party? I'm still trying to figure it out.
While they going to those parties, or maybe he just going to. Man, it's hard. It's hard to even talk about. Why would you find a religious man, when you know that the saints supposed to separate themselves from the sinners, and why would a religious man like himself be at a party which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bro? Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating, maybe, like I said, men on men, women on women.
Like, do you think that he was at these parties just to party? He could have been. But at a Diddy party? A preacher at a Diddy party? They was calling him a power bottom and saying he was having sex with men and all these things. Like, come on now. Let's be real. What was TD Jakes doing at this party, man? Tell me in the comments.
It's hard to put in perspective unless he's involving himself what is actually going on at the parties. It's hard, brother. Bro, you can't. I really don't know why. As a spiritual advisor to him, that they buddy while he got a party with him like that and be at his parties. It's got to be, maybe it's something more that meets the eye.
Because my thing is, if all this stuff has been going on, and then when they said that TD Jakes was at this party, he didn't ever deny that he was at the party. Or he didn't ever deny that all these things that people were saying was taking place at the party wasn't happening. He didn't even say that. If he's a preacher, don't you think he'd be like, I was at the party, but none of that was going on. It was just a party. People were dancing, drinking, just a typical party. He could have just said that. You know, some people still going to be mad at him because he's a preacher at a party, but still he could have said, hey, man, there wasn't nothing going on at the party. But he didn't even say that.
You know, I don't know. You know, I've had, you know, I've talked to preachers and I've talked to reverends and priests, but they ain't never came to a party with me or nothing like that. So it's hard to figure that one out, bruh, without even saying, you know, what people might be thinking. But I heard that there's supposed to be some tapes or something that's coming out real soon. And I guess we'll all really know the truth if anything's on those tapes.
From your point of view, right? When you look at TD Jakes, your point of view, your opinion, do you take him serious as a pastor?
Do I take him serious? That's not my type of pastor. You know, you got to look at a person's household. And if your household is not in order, you understand, how you going to help somebody else get their house in order? You know, one of his sons got arrested.
I already know where he's going. I already know exactly where he's going. One of his sons got arrested because he was in a park trying to solicit sex from another man. And I think he got busted. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. I know somebody who used to be married to his daughter. I was in the wedding. I actually went to TD Jake's house. I went upstairs. I walked around. I was in the backyard. It was other celebrities there, cowboys. I seen Michael Irvin. I seen Emmitt Smith. I don't remember if Dion was there, but I know for sure I seen Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith. I was talking to Emmitt Smith at one point outside. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know these people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm giving y'all a real life connection that I have because I was there. And this son who was soliciting sex, now I'm going to be honest with you. We was in the limo going to the wedding. And I wasn't the only person who said this, but he was looking at other guys, bro. And it was almost as if he was trying to like entice you to do something. Like he was giving you that look, like, you know, not really giving you the look, but you know how some people they'll just keep kind of making eye contact with you. And it was very uncomfortable. I didn't know he was the way he was. I'm assuming he gay. I'm just going off of them saying he was soliciting sex, but he was acting very feminine. He seemed to be gay to me. Now, I'm just telling you, I really felt like it was one of those things where people who have money and influence, and I can see what he's saying, how they can try to manipulate you or try to, you know, see who's going to bite. If I do this and if I do that, who's going to bite? Who's going to take the bait? And that's exactly how he was.
You know, some years ago in Dallas, you know, allegedly for being found in the park were a bunch of people that are homosexuals hang out and indulge in sexual activity. And I heard his two sons, which are not his biological sons, both of them are from that LGBT community. Now
I don't know about the other
how
side. I
you
just know
gonna help
about
me
one.
straighten out my house? And to me, your house ain't in order.
Right.
Not saying that something is wrong with them being and choosing that lifestyle, but something is wrong with them choosing that lifestyle, being in a household with a reverend.
Exactly. I mean, that's just the truth. You being in the household with a preacher and you live in a certain lifestyle, and he's going to parties, maybe partaking in some of these same activities, these lifestyles. So, I mean, it's a lot, man. It's just a lot just to take in and just to think about a lot of this stuff. But especially like just TD Jakes being who he is and trying to reconcile in your mind what he could have been doing at a Diddy party and him really not explaining it. I know he came on. Let me see if I can find a little clip where he was speaking about it. Y'all have all seen the TD Jakes clip speaking on the rumors. That's 25 minutes. Oh. It says a TD Jakes camp redacts footage from re-upload stream. Let me see what this one is.
So we're coming to the finish line. We're leading in the polls and
We're leading in the
doing
polls,
well.
doing well.
Out of concern, some of you come in to hear what I'm going to say. All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off. I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth. I will stand straight up, head up, back straight, and preach the unadulterated, infallible word of God.
I get it, bro, but I'm the type of person, I'm a skeptic, just like some of you are. That you doing all of this pandering and posturing and I'm back straight and it's a lie. I'm not moved. They seen your ass at the party, man. Get off of it. He ain't the only person that said that. That dude Gene Deal don't be lying. He ain't lying on you. Nigga, you was at the party.
Because that is what the pulpit is for. But there will be a time.
Yeah, nigga in court.
So you can stop dragging people and arguing with people and fighting and just log off. All you do is just hit the button. Right there.
You gotta be all funny and cute.
Log off. There is no show here. In the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter number 1, verse number 21 through 23, there you will find my assignment for this morning. I will not be long because you know this story well, but I want to point to some significance out of this story and how we as Christians ought to approach this season. It is easy to be caught up in the currents of this world. The hustle and the bustle and the sleighs and Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, and going here and there trying to keep up with the Joneses and outgive each other's gifts and putting pressure on yourselves. But this did not start as the commercialization of that which is holy. The day we're standing in is a holy day. Ooh, I feel like preaching. Lord have mercy. I have in the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter number 1, verse number 21 through 23. There you will find my assignment for this morning. I will not be long because you know this story well.
Sound like he just wrote that out and repeated it. It seemed like he tried to clean up something. I don't know what they're trying to say right there, but yeah. I'm gonna just go on and go to this Lou Nell one. But to me, man, he just didn't address the rumors. I mean, he didn't want to address them. I don't even think he's ever spoken on them since. He took the whole approach, well, just let it go away. which is, things that people do now. That's like what they call it, like a media tactic. I'll kind of say a little something and make it seem like later on we'll talk about it, but we'll never get around to it because this day and age, just so many other distractions where we'll just move on to something else. As when this Diddy stuff is over with, we'll be moving on to something else. Probably before this Diddy stuff is over with, it'll be another scandal. We'll be talking about that. We'll be embellishing and making jokes and doing videos and clips. We'll be doing that whole thing. But I'm not. I'm a skeptic, bro. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. He didn't explain nothing. He didn't clarify nothing to me. I don't. You got to do better, TD Jakes. This one right here, this is Lou Nell on TD Jakes and the rumors.
The other thing that bothers me a little bit about this, and a lot of people disagree with me on this, is that, for example, a lot of these lawsuits are
What's
by
up,
Jane
Daryl?
Does. And some of these people who are getting sued,
Appreciate you coming through, bro.
even in the midst of a lawsuit, don't know who the person is. Sometimes it's not even revealed to the person getting accused as to who they are.
That's bananas.
And it's because, like, based on the law, they're trying to protect this person because the other person is more powerful and they could do things to them. But to me, it's just unfair because you're putting this person publicly on blast. Mm-hmm. If you lose this lawsuit, if it gets thrown out, mm-hmm. or if you lose it in a court of law, you have no repercussions. You have a lawyer that's doing on contingency, so there's no money out your pocket. Your identity's hidden. You go back to work like nothing has happened. This person has to hold this forever. So my whole thing is, if you're going to be a Jane Doe suing, the person you should be suing should be a John Doe.
This clip is from Vlad TV. I got to give some of these people credit. Okay, it's up here in the top. This clip is Vlad TV clip.
As well. That's how I think you could fix it.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know nothing about this. This is not my. I don't know nothing about none of this because I'm just a different type of chick. I'm telling. I'm suing immediately.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna know.
Yep.
I'm going on Instagram Live. I'm snitching. I'm telling.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this works. So I guess you have to be in that. See, they're up in another hemisphere than regular folk too. They're very insulated. They can do what they want. They got people on payroll, and the people on payroll is guilty as everybody too.
Yeah.
Because that means that you done sold your soul to watch other people get taken advantage of, and you're aiding and abetting in that situation. So you're fucked up too.
Yeah, I mean, Puffy's lawyer, not Puffy's lawyers, Puffy's bodyguards, have come forward and was, one of them said, one of them, Roger Bonds, was actually listed in the paperwork of Cassie's lawsuit. And he came forward and said, yeah, it's true. And the only reason I'm saying now is because I had 4 daughters, but.
He had 4 daughters then.
He had 4 daughters then. So that's the argument. Like, well, if it was so bad, how come you kept working for this guy?
Yes, exactly.
That's ultimately the argument there.
Everybody involved in all the R. Kelly shit, all the cover-up boys, all the ticket bookers, all that shit, and everybody involved that aided and abetted in Diddy or anybody who does this, Epstein and all the motherfuckers, everybody's guilty. Everybody's guilty.
And now it's getting even crazier. Now there's rumors about TD Jakes being involved in these various situations and so forth. Not to say it's real.
No, listen.
I'm not saying it's real, but TD Jakes was trending the other day.
I know it. But
for a reason he didn't want to be trending for.
And I shook my head, not to say that's ridiculous. I shook my head to say, unfortunately, I don't put nothing past nobody no more.
There you go.
I just can't get shocked no more.
Yep.
I've been so disappointed in the people that I've looked up to and found out about their dirty, shady, fucked up ways.
Yep.
And I knew this before it ever started coming out in papers because, I know some people who spoke about it publicly and then they got persecuted. I'll tell you off camera.
Yep. So, man, y'all let me know some of your thoughts about some of this stuff. Like I say, I'm just going through it, kind of piecing stuff together, old clips, some of the stuff that he said and done, and just kind of saying, Well, does that look right? Does that make sense to me? Because a lot of this stuff, it just doesn't make sense, especially when you look at it now in a whole different light and a different perspective. Now it just seems very weird and strange, some of the things that he was into or doing. Like I say in the beginning, having sex and doing the orgies and all of that, that's not a crime. My whole thing is about the drugging. And why I'm showing you this is just to kind of speak to his character and what people really thought about him behind the scenes and what he was really saying and doing to people behind the scenes. Let me see what I got here. It's a clip saying Diddy spoke about locks on doors at his parties. We're going to see what he's talking about right here.
This lost Diddy interview with Conan O'Brien in 2002 is going viral.
What do you do to make just an amazing killer party?
This is what you need to do. Women, beautiful women, of course. We need alcohol. We need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
rock with me, but just check it out.
Combs has now reportedly been
You got
placed.
locks on doors, which is, you know, I get what he's kind of saying. Like people may go off to a room by themselves and they want to do their own thing and not want somebody busting in. I get it. But I'm just saying that's why I'm pointing this stuff out to you. It just to kind of show his character. What did he like? You know, what did he do? And why is he being charged with some of this stuff? Like, is this in his character to maybe do that? You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing about it. I'm not accusing the man. I'm not, this is just my opinions and what I'm thinking and my thoughts about this whole situation. That's all this is. Let me see if I got some more stuff up here. I go from website to website, article to article, page to page. You know, they update some of these articles every couple of hours. Now, let me read these charges right here. Let me read these charges. This is what he's been charged with. Racketeering, RICO. Diddy is accused of operating a criminal enterprise involving illegal activities like sex trafficking, drug distribution, and forced prostitution. Now, like I say, they wouldn't be just charging you with this stuff if they didn't have nothing, bro. You got Homeland Security, FBI, like what? And people like, well, this stuff made up. Man, these people not just coming down, they're just making up no charges like that. Stop it. Drug distribution, forced prostitution, the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, RICO, is often used to prosecute individuals involved in organized crime. Prosecutors urge that Diddy's operation crossed state lines, which is a crime, and involved numerous participants, making it a prime candidate for RICO charges. Sex trafficking. Prosecutors allege that Diddy orchestrated sex trafficking operations, coercing women to participate in drug-fueled freak-offs, like I was saying, wild sex parties by transporting them across state lines. Some of the women involved have reportedly come forward as witnesses. See, that's another thing I was saying. These parties were drug fueled. I know y'all even heard the rumors about people they had IVs, IV drip for some people, just so they could get rehydrated. They were so dehydrated after all of this sex. They just going on and on and on. These drug fueled freak offs. Like, bro. And people are having sex with multiple people. Sometimes they wouldn't be charging with sex trafficking if it wasn't a case where maybe he brought somebody in to have sex with somebody else and money was exchanged, so they could get with this person. Look, I'm gonna get you this person and I'm gonna bring them in, and like, come on now. You gotta stop it. Drug distribution. Large quantities of illegal drugs, including cocaine and methamphetamine, were reportedly found during the raids on Diddy's parties. Authorities believe the drugs were used to exploit and control women in connection with sex trafficking allegations. That's pretty much it. Look, check this out. The Southern District of New York was chosen for this case because of its strong history of handling complex federal prosecutions, especially those involving racketeering and organized crime, which says to me that they pretty much got him where they wanted. Now, you can say maybe he didn't do this and maybe he didn't do that, but when these type of people come get you, it's not a game, bro. You probably ain't finna get off unless you give up some other big fish or do some type of cooperation. While some civil lawsuits like Cassie Ventura's 2023 suit against Diddy for sexual abuse were filed in New York, SDNY's expertise in managing multi-state criminal activities makes it the ideal jurisdiction for pursuing such a high-profile case. Diddy's alleged activities reportedly span states including New York, California, and Florida, further justifying SDNY's involvement. Okay, I guess I could go over this too. Evidence found in Diddy's home: firearms, drugs, supplies for freakouts. Now, the supplies for freakouts, investigators found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant reportedly used during these sex parties. I wouldn't think that's like a criminal charge. Criminal, he was using them, but I don't see how that's like criminal. The organized nature of these events suggests a systemic criminal operation. The defense will counter it isn't illegal to buy in bulk. I think they'll probably win in that case because I don't see how you could really just say, oh, he had a bunch of baby oil. That's not a crime to me. Financial records. Though not explicitly stated, financial documents likely provide further evidence of the trafficking and drug distribution activities. Transactions tied to illegal enterprises could strengthen the RICO charges against Diddy. So there it was. You got the charges, and you got the evidence that was found in Diddy's home. The guns with the scratched off serial numbers and things like that. So yeah. But man, if y'all leave your comments, man, let me know what y'all think about a lot of this stuff, man. I got my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, and like I say, y'all see this, make sure y'all repost it, retweet it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on YouTube at Roddy Rod Show. I know you see it at the bottom. Make sure y'all follow that and give me some comments and feedback over there as well. And, I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.
You might have seen me, nigga, with a rack or two. And if I had to bring them choppers, they go